You started the recording and I forgot to hit record here. We're going to do a whole episode with no evidence whatsoever. What's up, ladies and gentlemen? Good evening to you all. Welcome to yet another episode of the TalkTrack. My name is Roy, aka Kamada, aka The Alchemist, aka Nofachi Neviensi, aka Ochawa Giraman and many other games. Consultant. Yes? Consultant. I got Boy Toy Roy at some point in there. Yeah, it's been a really good year for me and nicknames. So I think I give a special shout out to all the people that have nicknamed me, 7 of whom were Morris. And the other 3 can get who they get. Ladies and gentlemen, as per usual, we're at Plot 8B, Gabula Road, the Barrow House, unofficial home of the Kara Jenkies. You can catch us at the Barrow House every Sunday for our TalkTrack Sundays, every Saturday for our Q-List Saturdays, and every Friday for our Retro Friday. The TalkTrack is an independent production of the Kara Jenkies. It's produced, edited, sound mixed, and shot by Morris, aka Moro, aka the OG Kara Junkie, aka the father of the Kara Bike, aka no longer unilateral DJ but bilateral DJ, aka Professor, aka the old man of the clan, aka the only Munyankore Rastafarian. That drink does not belong to me. I don't want people to think I'm an alcoholic, which I don't know if I am. I think by saying that I am not kind of makes me one. Let us claim the drink. Thank you. They're eyeing me badly. First, wait. I am back to my premises. Where was I? We don't own any of the rights to the music you're going to be hearing playing in the background. Also, all opinions presented on the TalkTrack are not representative of any of the entities affiliated with the TalkTrack. That is the Barrow House or the Kara Junkies. All opinions are presented by persons through their land and lived experiences. However, if you'd like to catch up with us, you can give us your feedback. You can give us a comment on our socials. Check us out on YouTube at TalkTrack UG. You can also check us out Mixcloud. Not anymore. Yeah, so TalkTrack UG, YouTube. All right, so I've been. First of all, Merry Christmas. Let's start from there. It's that time of the year. 'Tis the season to be jolly. La 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 la. Yeah. All that. So there is joy and cheer being spread around the world. You'll forgive me for being bitter. I'm a Manchester United fan. And currently, it is not a season to be jolly. Fa la 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 la. It is not. It has not been a season to be jolly for a very, very long time for a Manchester United fan. What's the score right now, by the way, if anyone is keeping? Is it still 2-1? It's still 2-1. And that, ladies and gentlemen, brings us to the end of the TalkTrack. Please, Morris, you can come and host. I'm done. Sports, let me tell you, my sports stories this year. I am a fan of Manchester United. It's not been the best year for Manchester United. I'm a fan of the Kansas City Chiefs. It has not been a good year for the Kansas City Chiefs. Okay, this last period, right? Because Patrick Mahomes is out and I'm very pissed. I'm a fan of the Ginger Hippos. Lord knows what happened to the Ginger Hippos. I think the only teams that are currently working for me are what? Bayern, Barcelona. I still have some hope there. I still have some. Yeah, I'm a Manchester United fan who supports Barcelona. I know we are rare. I'm a GM. That's who I am. Why blend in when I was born to stand out? You know? So, but in the spirit of spreading joy and cheer, I'd like us to do just something simple for today. We're not going to talk about anything elaborate, but just a 2025 recap. This was inspired. Almost every application that I have looked at on my phone, be it Instagram, especially the social media platforms, Instagram, Snapchat, WhatsApp. People still use Facebook, YouTube, then also the music streaming platforms like Spotify. All of those have given us some form of recap, some form of wrap, right? And basically, it gives you like a breakdown of how your year has been in regards to how you've been interacting with these things. And I'm like, if all these platforms can tell us how we've lived our year through their perspective, then why can't we speak about how we have lived 2025 from our own perspectives? So really today we're going to do a recap of 2025. What stood out to you? What are some of the biggest takeaways you've learned from 2025? What are you most looking forward to doing in 2026? And the rap, the 2025 rap is not necessarily, it doesn't have to be like big things out there. It could even be something personal that stood out for you during this year. So yeah, Zahara, I'll start out with you. Let's just give us a brief 2025 recap. What stood out most for you? What was that exciting thing? What was the sad thing? Did you meet some nonchalant people? By the way, that has been a very big word this year. Nonchalant. Then there's this meme of 6'7", like so much has been going on. The most recent one these days is that Ugandan kid who says Nazele. Nazokusele. That's why Nazele. I'm like, guy, what's up? But there's been so much. No, okay, in terms of memes, when you look at the results, there's a 6'7" meme. What memes have been big this year, like Ugandan wise? We have the TikTok people here, they'll tell us.
Unfortunately, me, I'm not a TikTok and I literally don't follow so much on social media.
Yeah.
So what goes around most of the time, maybe just a few that really stands out. That's what gets me at my comfort.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I can't really name it out. And then maybe what I can say that stood out for me, I've not been really so passionate about football regardless.
Yeah.
But it's an activity out of my social circles.
Yeah.
But I picked interest in it, especially Uganda craze. Unfortunately, we lost.
Yeah.
And we didn't qualify.
I know.
Yeah, but at least I tried to catch up with the games and I could go to Nambole to watch at the stadium.
But yeah, that was big this year, right?
Yeah.
There's a lot of love for the Uganda cranes from everyone.
I was part of the crowd.
That's good. That's good.
So basically I think that stood out for me, though still I'm not really so into football whatsoever because you guys make a lot of noise.
But that's the whole point. We're supposed to make noise. It doesn't make sense for you to enjoy the sport. The big part, actually, when you look at sports, enjoying of the sport is one thing. Like people go there to sit down and watch the sport. That's one thing. But the biggest aspect, I think, of being a sports fan is the banter. That ability for you to go and tell another fan, by the way, your team is shit, and there is nothing you can do about it.
I know, but you guys much so I know you're up there. And it is just extreme. The energy you put in, if we could use that same energy into our other walks of life, Uganda would be a better place.
Other walks of life are very stressful, you. So what don't you know? Yeah?
Yeah, so but regardless, my 2025, I was trying to figure out that, hey, do I even remember what has happened the whole entire, because it has been somehow a roller coaster for most of the activities.
Yeah.
One thing after another. Yeah. So I think I have to collect myself to be like, I jot down things that have been really so significant.
Yeah.
But to me, the year, actually, I have learned, I have grown, I have enjoyed, I have partied the parties, and I think I have lived it.
You have lived it?
Yeah, I have lived it.
Okay, as you were talking, when you talked about football, I remembered sports, and one thing that really stood out for me this year in the realm of sports, two ginger teams. One, the Ginger Hippos. Ginger Hippos did so well, but I think they were the standout team of the Uganda Premier League rugby season this year, making it to the finals for the first time in the history of the establishment of the Ginger Hippos and taking it all the way. You know, they gave Pirates, they gave the Stanbic Bank Black Pirates a run for their money, which for me that was just interesting to watch because, you know, in Uganda, we have the rugby powerhouses. Most of them are Kampala teams. You have the KCB Cobs, you have the Platinum Credit Heathens, you have the Stanbic Black Pirates. You may have the Toyota Buffaloes here and there. You know, you have teams like the Rhinos, and everyone always goes and says, you know, it's the Kampala teams that are the best teams in terms of rugby in Uganda. And I remember, and this is a special shout out to Rujumba. Oh my God, Rujumba. Rujumba said something that stood out the entire rugby season. He said that Ginger Hippos have the best scrum in the Uganda League at that time. And people thought he was joking. And that scrum took us all the way to the final. So shout out to Rujumba, but shout out to the Ginger Hippos as well for representing really effortlessly and efficiently when it came to the Uganda Premier League. And yes, a few unfortunate things have happened to the establishment towards the end of the year, but that achievement still does nothing can take away from what that team did up to that point. There was a lot of camaraderie. They brought the people of Ginger together. I'd never seen Ginger people watch rugby in such huge numbers, but that was lovely to watch. Special shout out to the Walokuva Barbarians also. Oh my God, they took the rugby sevens by storm. Those guys came, and from day one they're like, we're not here to play around, we're not here to mess around, we're here to show that we mean business, going on to win the whole thing. So I think this was a big year for rugby in Ginger City, and we hope and pray that 2026 there is something more that can we can do as a city. But yeah, Kia, 2025, what stood out? Tell us. What are those memes that you have been seeing? Taylor Swift released a new album. The Life of a Showgirl. Yeah.
I honestly don't remember. Because I feel like the year has been so fast.
Yeah.
Because even when we look at Spotify Wrapped, album of the year, it was the same as 2024.
For real?
Yeah.
Wait, your Spotify Wrapped
My
was...
Spotify,
Okay, yeah.
So most things were the same as 2024, I swear. I don't remember.
You don't remember?
Yeah,
so,
the year has been so fast.
Real. There's nothing that stood out for you. You didn't do anything engaging, like step out of your comfort zone for 2025, do something that you never thought you'd ever do.
Not really.
Oh, come on.
Not really.
Come on. Yeah? Okay, but let's go away from personal. Let's speak generally, like for the things that have been going on in the world, right? Politically speaking, Trump has done Trump things this year. We don't understand what policies he's putting in place. Some of them make sense, some of them don't. I think this has been a big year in terms of the realization that we as a planet are this close and never too far from conflict. Because look, Israel, Palestine, that was the talk for majority of 2025. Right, Israel, Palestine, and there was a lot of bloodshed in that region. There was a lot of, it was a tough period to follow, and there never ever seemed to be like an end in sight, like no light at the end of the tunnel. We're looking at Russia, Ukraine, which is still going on. Right now, it's USA, Venezuela. I do not know what is going on there, but people are killing people. Apparently, we have Trump being very strict in terms of I wouldn't like to call them refugees, but and immigrants. Yeah, his policies on immigration, that has also been a very big talking point. We are currently in the midst of a presidential election, and I don't even know what is going on. Did you see that tweet where they said Munyagwa goes to 2 districts and then takes 2 weeks of a break? Like, there's just so much. Colleagues, Kasaija gave us colleagues this year. Colleagues.
No, but do you realize that amidst everything that is happening around the world and within our country and our immediate communities, realize that only maybe what interests you, it's what you focus on, and a lot just goes by as if nobody cares, just because it's not directly connected. So, like, for example, politics in Uganda, we are the peak since elections are really around the corner.
Yeah.
But most people, it's like, it's new normal. Like, no one is bothered, apart from some few Gen Zs running up and down, no crazy,
Yeah.
But people are not taking it personal, because I don't know if they, maybe because they know the end result, so they don't. I really can't tell. But it seems like no big deal. Yet prior, right now, everything would be around this and that. And then also when you talk about the world, especially with the conflicts and everything, people are dying. Like, people seriously are dying.
Yeah, it's
but like, people are living life at the same time. Somebody shedding blood, but the other one doesn't really give a damn if they can take a cruise on somewhere. So I think we are just self-centered at the moment. And when someone says that, like now, even me, I was like, I don't know really what has happened in 2025 because everything happens like as you're still focusing on this, something else comes up and you're like, okay, you just move forward very fast. So I think for now, what I can say is, as to know what has really happened, we need like a break. We take a short break in life.
Has this year even allowed us to take a short break?
No, because
honestly, because like Kia said, and she was very right, like the year has been so fast. Because yesterday it was Jan. We blinked, we're in June. We blinked, October. We blink again, it's going to be the 2nd of Jan, 2026. We're going to blink again, we're going to be in 2030.
Exactly. And then as we are still taking our breath, then our bombardiers in Uganda.
You leave our bombardiers alone. Speaking of Uganda, the Nachivovo channels. I remember that was a big thing.
Someone was saying, Nachivovo channel, don't even know that. Someone was saying that I don't know if the grass and the trees are going to be planted on top of the storage building they're constructing, because as per plan, it looks different from what is really happening.
What is the ground?
So I don't know if they took us the aerial view.
Leave Ugandans alone. We are like that. But we never take anything serious as a country.
Yesterday, I saw something on social media where they shared a picture from Morocco that they made $1 billion US dollars from tourism.
Yeah.
And then they shared like the picture of the city. Then a comment. The comment was like, oh my God, that green, and a kid can go there. So yeah, so many things have happened, and I think we like joke about them to cope.
Yeah.
To cope, because that Nachivumo thing is actually really sad.
Yeah, it is.
Because now, like, we were like, okay, they're going to make that drainage. Now you pass there and enter the other harm that was already there. It's dark inside there because now this new building just closes those guys, and then people who have paid rent to be on first floor shop there. So many things happen, but I think, as she said, we just choose to focus. Because as the campaigns are going on, they are very serious.
And no one cares. It's like
I
no
don't
one
know if
cares.
people don't care, but we are very relaxed. We're very relaxed this time around, just to think that elections are in Jan.
I think, but even look at it. You remember, because most times even the campaigns, right? Like, look at 2021. I feel like campaigns started a little earlier than they did this year, right? I feel like, no, okay, because honestly, campaigns just started, and now they're telling us, candidates have 2 weeks, 3 weeks. I'm like, what? What do you mean candidates have 3 weeks left? So you want to tell me that Mavirizi has been on break also? I shall pray for Mavirizi.
But to just talk about the campaigns, to me, actually, my favorite candidate, I'll not lie, it's Lucy, I mean, it's us being on a law regarding that, but for him, he has taken us on another level. Like everything he brings up, he tries to, I think, to tell us that the narrative has totally changed.
Oh, Lucy is the one of Chiyambagwe. No, but
that guy is intelligent, and whatever sometimes maybe we miss the point, what he's trying to put across, but he's trying to show us something different. Like now, I saw a clip when he was driving through town, and they were like, hey, Lucy, there's like Mugenda Mukola.
No, but that guy,
I think that is the reality, because we run around with crowds. We abandon whatever we've been doing because we are up to something, regardless which party you're in. If you're in NOP, you're in NRM, you're in whatsoever, you abandon everything, and then you all gathered all together. But if we focused on what we have to do, and then, of course, we know our candidate already, they can launch their manifestos and everything. But life doesn't have to stop. Because at the end of the day, you have to win your daily bread.
Yeah.
So, Chiyamba.
No, but of course, Chiyamba. And you know what's crazy? That Lucy is going to win.
Yeah, and if I could go to Kampala and vote,
you'd vote Lucy.
Yeah.
You'd vote Lucy, man. Lucy is going to win, because he has changed the way, like, the narrative around what politics is, right? Like, everyone comes and is promising us big things. We're going to build schools and hospitals. And sometimes you feel like asking them, no, how to budget. And Lucy is like, man, For you, if you vote me, it is good for you. If you don't vote me, I am going to throw a party because now I don't have to deal with you. And I'm like, you know what? Yes. Curious. Speaking of losing and people who took politics by Mamdani.
Oh yeah, now everyone wants to associate with him because we feel Ugandans, we're already up there.
No, but you know us, we like to claim things. We claim things.
And then they had to put clips that he's speaking Luganda from wherever.
The man had a song here. He had a song from here called Kanda Chapat. The man did it. That man is as Ugandan as they can be. By the time you make a song about chapus, you're Ugandan. Just because you're now the mayor of New York City does not take away from the fact that you're Ugandan. But Mamdani also took the world by storm. Like everyone is like, oh, who's this kid from out of nowhere who is, coming into the political realm that is very, very currently it is. I think it's heavily influenced or heavily run by a certain group of people in the States. And so he was more of an outsider than anything else. And he comes in and he just takes the world by storm. And, it was quite interesting to watch his clips and stuff. The one thing I learned though from the whole Mamdani incident is, ladies and gentlemen, never, ever, ever in your entire life get into a debate with a rapper. Ever. Speaking of rappers, Kendrick Lamar, Drake, that was a big thing. That was a huge thing. And the lovely lady over there is not a big Kendrick Lamar fan. She's a very big Drake fan. Don't hide your face. Why are you looking that sad? I was talking about you. But Kendrick Lamar and Drake was a huge part, I think, of early 2025. That whole beef took rap to a whole new level. Speaking of people who beef each other, we had the whole Diddy saga going on. Like whatever happened with Diddy and now he's arrested. And no sooner had he gotten into jail like this. By the way, I was telling Kia earlier today, I think if we talk, it's not a bad thing. I was thinking about two things earlier today, and I talked to her about them. I was thinking about hippos, because hippos I think are herbivores, so they don't eat meat, right? So when a hippo is chasing you, it is chasing you out of just pure hate, right? Hippos. If you cannot hate like a hippopotamus, or if you cannot hate like 50 Cent, then you're just wasting your energy on hating. You must commit. You must commit to the hate. You must. Oh my God. I like 50 for that. 50 is like, man, I hate you, and I'm going to show you that I hate you. So the whole Diddy thing goes down. We have Diddy going into jail for whatever charges. I've even forgotten what charges he finally went into jail for. And like a couple of months later, 50 Cent is executive produced a documentary that comes out, and it was #1 on Netflix. And I'm like, that is a successful hate watch. He had been waiting for that. But I think, generally speaking, if we can go into fields that of interest, let's look at 2025 in the realm of music. What do you feel stood out for you? Was there anything new that you caught on to? Was it a year of repeated patterns in terms of what you were listening to? See the way they're looking at each other, as if you have the same playlists.
No, because when I talk about music, I think it's the same old pattern for me, because I'm not accustomed to new things, So I hold on to what I know, and that is it. So by the time you get into a new idea, or even like music in that regard, you have to do a lot.
Yeah.
So to me, it is the same thing. It doesn't cost me anything to play a song for a whole month, the same song.
Yeah.
So that means if I can play one song for a whole month, I will listen to 12 songs in a whole year.
Okay,
It will be the same thing.
what was your standout song this year, 2025?
Oh yeah, my standout song actually, it's Days of Elijah,
Oh.
Yeah, so
That's a nice song.
yeah, so I'm a Muslim, but I appreciate some music like in the other faith.
Yeah.
So it has. I can listen to it in and out, in out.
Yeah.
Then if I go the other way around, what was it? I don't think that there is anything that really was so significant in my music world. It is as boring as it is.
What about you, Kia? standout music? Did you catch on to any new music? Did anything stand out, or was it repeated patterns?
When it comes to music, I'm on the streets. I listen to so much music.
Yeah.
But of course, I have my albums that I always come back to. And at the end of the year, they were put number one. But the stats show that I listen to a lot of music. Like, I like listening to new music. I like listening to new artists because,
Okay.
yeah, like if they say you pick art, me, I think I picked music from all the arts that people do. So I do appreciate a lot. I listen to all types, even dancehall, gospel.
I don't know. I don't know if you're saying that dancehall gospel or dancehall and gospel.
No, like it's gospel, but dancehall. Like, you know, that dancehall you dance to, there's gospel version of it.
Okay.
So I did listen to a lot of music, but of course, there are artists that I do appreciate.
Yeah.
That I tend to like go towards them, like Mariah Carey, Rihanna, and Taylor Swift.
Okay, but what was your standout song 2025 wise standout? Like if there was a song that could use, oh my God, yeah. I know I've listened to a lot of music, but there's this song that I've listened to in 2025, even with a lot of music that I've listened to.
Maybe standout artist.
Okay, standout
Because I
artist.
can't pick a specific song, but my standout artist was Joshua Baraka.
He had a very good year.
Yeah, like just to like appreciate his journey, like it
Yeah.
has been really good. Like to see him now successful.
He had a very good year, honestly, because
and
he had
Sabrina.
banger after banger. Because he had, what did he have this year? He has had Morocco just recently.
Places.
Wrong Places. Morris loves Morocco, by the way. He was like, Joshua Baraka released this new song that I like. I was like, that is the first one. By the time Baraka has gotten Morris, you know he's doing a good job. He had Wrong Places. He had Morocco. Which other one did he have? He has had a lot of music, honestly, but he has, honestly, for me, speaking like in the Ugandan context, he has also been my standout artist. In terms of like his music, okay, for me, it requires like a specific mood. It has to get me in a specific mood. But Joshua Baraka, speaking in the Ugandan context, has been a really, really standout for me. Shiba came back, which was nice, and she asked us what we were doing when she was not around. We're waiting
for her.
She came back and she showed you why she's still the queen of Ugandan dancehall. But another song I feel that stood out for me, there's this song by Omega 256 and Cindy called "See You Tonight." It played everywhere. Like, have you ever been like force fed something?
Yeah, I think we are back.
Yeah. UEDCL, that is also another one. We all have a lot to say about UEDCL. Let's start from there. But first, what you were going to say, then we shall talk about UEDCL.
Yeah, what I was going to say about Uganda, the music is the fact that it's everywhere on the streets.
Yeah.
Whether interested or not, you'll forcefully like it. You know, you'll forcefully listen to it and fall in love with it.
Right.
Because if Uganda picks a certain energy, you know,
They stick with it.
They'll rub it all over you. You're in
There's
a
this-
tax.
there is this song that starts with the line that says "Longos a statement." I don't know what the title of that. So I think it's called Solo Boca or something like that. I'm like, what is going on? But the song is there now. Elijah Chitaka and Daily Bando. Elijah gave us Daily Bando. It has Daily Bando from like October. Daily Bando. But Elijah has also had a good year in terms of his music releases this year. Elijah Chitaka has had a good year as well.
Also, what I've learned from music this year is like good things take time,
Yeah.
and also like hard work pays off because we have now seen how talent can be overshadowed by laziness.
Yeah.
Where we find like artists that have blown up. Is it blown up or blown
Yeah,
out?
blown
this year, they've been in the game for a good time. Like we have Olivia Dean, like you would think she's a new artist.
Right?
Like she has been grinding. You get
oh.
like your time comes if you don't give up.
Man I Need was a really, really,
like
really
your time
nice song.
comes. Even Omega has been releasing music, but she was only listened to in the West.
Yeah.
And now she has crossed. Like your time comes when you don't give up. Even Joshua now, you see like the time. Okay, Joshua Baraka.
Joshua's cross, but the way you speak about him, like you guys are tight.
Like I know him.
We
but
should
I
we
don't
should
know
invite him to
him.
the talk show. Morris, we need to organize. We call Joshua Baraka. He just sits here and talks with us.
Yes, now you see like he started like doing those covers, singing other people's songs, releasing his songs, and now people is a big deal.
Right?
Like
It's a
how,
big deal. He's
so
and he's
for all these new artists that people are nominating now, like it just shows that hard work and with the talent, things take time, but your time comes.
yeah, but there's also something about like having the right team around you. Because look at Elijah Chitaka, just look at the Swang's Avenue team, right? And the things that they do with their artists. I don't think there is a good artist who will go to Swang's Avenue and fail to blow up because of the resources that they put and the things, the amount of time and energy that is put around them. But I'd also like to give a special shout out to Joshua Baraka's team. Those guys have pushed Joshua Baraka. Like, there is your talent alone, and there is no denying that Joshua Baraka is a very good artist, but there is also something to be said about his team, like his management. They're putting him in all the right places, getting him to connect with not the wrong places, getting him to connect with the right artists and stuff like that. So yeah, but Joshua Baraka was a really huge standout for me this year as well. Elijah Chitaka did some really, really good stuff. Then of course there were those individual songs, that just came and catch you out of nowhere that if you ask me to name them right now, I cannot. But if you play it, I'll be like, that's the one. And that's what. Yeah, but now let's UEDC, guys. How are we doing?
You guys, a lot has been talked about those guys, but to some extent, I appreciate them because they are prompt with their communication. I have had issues.
Producer Aganye, is it never?
Don't cut me out. No, it's my personal experience. I've had issues with power.
Yeah.
But like they are prompt when I have an issue, they would be like they'll communicate like maybe that team is working on it, and then they'll follow up like 3-4 times. Have your issue been resolved? They call, they send messages to me personally. I don't know if you
Zahara, if first tell us about the people that you know, so that we also start.
Actually, I do not have a direct contact with those guys.
It's a lie. It's a lie.
So Ugandans learn to appreciate.
First, wait. No, for you can appreciate because they even do follow-ups for you.
Yeah, they do
I have
follow-ups
never
for
received
me.
a follow-up message from you, DCL. Have you ever received a follow-up message?
No, then you guys, I don't know where you're living, but you utilize what you do. Maybe you have the wrong contacts.
That's why I'm asking you, who do you know so that we talk to that person?
But the thing is, I applaud them because
Yeah.
anytime, even like you can send them a message, like my power is off maybe from this period to this period. They ask you for your details,
Yeah.
and then they will work on you and they follow up. I appreciate.
Okay. I don't think any of us have anything to add to that because we're just laughing. Have you guys gotten your new IDs yet?
Me actually, I've not yet upgraded mine.
You've not?
Yeah, because it has not yet expired, and I was like, I'm still in my comfort zone, though I'm planning on doing so. But actually, I've not even had a look at
That was also another huge exercise that took us by storm this year.
And I don't know how being a nationality, your nationality can expire. Because in my own opinion, I was like, being a Ugandan, unless I'm dead, I can't expire.
Yeah.
But now my ID has expired, yet I'm still existing in my own country. That thing, I try to understand it, but it is the system and I can't do anything about it. But I can't comprehend that my identity can expire in my own country. Then I don't know if I'm in the right place or not. But regardless, I'll comply and upgrade mine.
Like that person says in that song, Longos are statement.
I think it's for identity, like you keep changing.
Really?
Because I swear my little nephews used to see my ID and then they're like, who is this boy?
It makes sense.
Because I did take my national ID in high school, so I think it's just like the driving license.
Yeah.
Like your face keeps changing.
Yeah,
But anyway, if you renewed your national ID, just so you can't use it. Because it's not updated anywhere. I got my new national ID, but I went to Ministry of Transport. They say it's not yet updated. So if you change your details, if you change your polling station, just know you're voting in the old one.
Okay,
You
but no,
can't buy a new line with it because
Yeah,
they can't scan it.
wow.
Yeah,
So
so
what's the
like
point of having them now?
ask Nira. I don't know,
I don't.
but
I,
that's my
we
experience.
shall ask Nira.
So many things have happened this year. I
Right?
forgot.
Yeah, IDs. I'm telling you, like that, they're just coming back to me now, like both like from Uganda and also globally, and we may not even cover all of them. Like for example, Raila Odinga passed on. That happened, and we had that whole thing. Who else did we lose this year? We lost a couple of people. Some I can't even. I don't know if you see. We're all trying to remember. Look at all of us are like who. The first one that I think off the top of my head is Raila. That's I don't know who else, man. When you guys remember, you put it down in the comments. But we did lose some. Yeah, we lost Quincy Jones. Yeah, we did. Oh my god. But speaking of Quincy Jones, now in losing Quincy Jones, also something. I think it was kind of bittersweet because we lose Quincy Jones in 2025, and in 2025 also we get the first trailer of the Michael Jackson biopic, right? Because and it's just titled Michael, but that man had aura. His movie is Michael. If you want, if you don't want, you know who we are talking about. Michael. And the role is being played by his nephew. And from the clips that I saw in the trailer, yeah, I think he's going to do it justice. But yeah, we did lose Quincy Jones, legendary producer, produced Michael Jackson's first album, the greatest album of all time, Thriller. He did a lot of work on that. And I also think he produced the album after that, Bad, right? And then Michael Jackson's third studio album was then done by someone else. Yeah, but we lost Quincy Jones. Yeah, but also a lot happened in entertainment just generally. I think 2025 has been a somewhat good year for movies. I don't know if you guys are as much of movie lovers as I am, but like Kia said, for her she picked music as her art. Mine is film and television. And Michael B. Jordan did us a huge thing with Sinners at the start of the year. Still, it's regarded one of the best movies of 2025. Leonardo DiCaprio just came up with his biggest release a couple of months ago, called One Battle After Another. I suggest you guys go check it out. I'm talking about my standout movies for 2025, right? Sinners, One Battle After Another. F1, oof, I waited for that movie. I waited for F1, and F1 came out, it did not disappoint. Shout out to Brad Pitt, shout out to Damson Idris. Superman, yeah, okay, yeah, because I like superheroes, but I think I've also gotten like my tolerance for superheroes I have superhero. I've been force-fed superheroes way too much. I love the Marvel Cinematic Universe, and then this year I find out that Robert Downey Jr. is also coming back to the MCU. Just know, 2020, yeah, he's coming back as a villain. They released their Fantastic Four. It's been crazy. It's been a crazy year movie-wise. But yeah, guys, go watch those movies. Movies are nice. Read some books. I read The Alchemist this year like 4 times. It was one of my standout books. Let me tell you, my standout book for the year. And I've read I don't say I've read a lot of books, but my standout book for the year, and I didn't read a lot. I'm not going to lie to you here and say I read a lot. But for the few that I read, my standout book, not for any particular reason whatsoever, just for how the story is told and the principles it brings, The Secret Lives of Babasegi's Wives. That book. Hey. Aha. The Secret Lives of Babasegi's Wives.
Hey, mama.
No, but that book just goes to show that I'm not speaking down on my gender. I'm not being a pick-me man here, but we as men pride ourselves on knowing a lot, but I don't think we know as much as we think we do. No, if you really want to like get a sense of what I am saying, just read the book. Especially for the men. Men should read that book. You will come back a whole new person. Changed. Believer. That you're not in total control of everything around you. Oh yeah. Man, there's a lot that went on. Sports-wise, I don't even know. Let's start with Manchester United.
No, leave alone sports wise.
We lost again today.
You are going too far, but I think you should come closer home. I remember, I think this it's when I joined the TalkTrack. I don't know how long it has been in existence, but I found when our own producer, he had one.
By the way, producer had one arm
Yeah,
for
he had one for quite some
For
time.
quite some
and
time.
I think we should really
producer Kulika for quite some time,
yeah,
man.
for quite some time, but I think it's something that it's worth. And then before I knew it, then I don't know if it was part of the plan for the team that flew out of the country. And they left us the new members. So I kept wondering that, hey, is this how it happens all the time? But
Yeah.
regardless, I think also joining that talk track, because it's something I love expressing my ideas. I love showing up. That's what I can say. So I think it has been one of the standouts for me being part of this.
I'm not going to lie to you. It's talk track wise, it has been a very, very okay in my opinion. And I'd like to give a very special shout out to the village man, Martin. I think this was Martin's brainchild, along with Maurice, obviously. So Martin started this, and he's the one who laid the foundation for what the talk track is right now. And so carrying on that mantle from him was quite scary. But I think it has been talk track wise, it's been a good year. I mean, we've gotten some regulars, we've discussed some really interesting topics, we've had some very, very intense conversations here. These are very intense, so intense to the point that whenever would put out the episodes, and people would come to my DMs and like, why? I think there is a week we talked about contentment. I think it was something regarding contentment and comparison, and we had a very detailed conversation. And we put out that episode, and people loved the episode. And then one of my friends comes to my WhatsApp and he just asks me, "Were you doing research for a paper?" Because the questions you were asking, I'm like, no, it is just. But we've had a good. I think it has been a good talk track here.
We had the famous line, erosion of resilience.
Erosion of resilience. Oh, by the way, erosion of resilience. We had the Dikula line. Not everyone. Not everyone who is going to Dikula will Dikula.
And also for me, talk track. I know this year I've missed quite a lot of them.
Yeah.
Especially like the last half of the year. But YouTube gave us a raft, and talk track UG was my number one watched channel. Clap for me, please.
Super fun. Super fun. It was your number one watch channel. That's lovely. We appreciate. Bambi, thank you so much for always catching up with us, even when we don't know that you're catching up. Not everyone who will decooler, but for you, decooler. We had some really good lines this year. Erosion of resilience. What were we talking about that day? I don't even remember what topic that was. And Steven said erosion of resilience, and Rona's hand just went up immediately. She said, "You're the people who glorify suffering." You're the people who think suffering is going to lead you to good things. Erosion of resilience. Wow, that was a good one. I think, did any of you have a favorite episode from the talk track this year? Like, it doesn't have to be like a specific topic, because we've talked about a lot, because we've had 52 of them. No, we've had 48. We've missed 4 this year. So we've had 48 talk tracks. We've had 48 talk tracks this year. We missed 4 Sundays, including last Sunday. So last Sunday, then 2 Sundays, a little bit during the middle of the year, and I think 1 at the start. But of the 48 episodes that we have, we've done this year, what has been your standout?
I don't remember the name of that. That where we got erosion of resilience.
Yeah.
People were very passionate about that topic. Did we have a part 2?
We did.
Yeah, maybe that was my favorite. Like,
Yeah.
I love it when people express themselves and talk about things they are passionate about, and that topic.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Was
that was my favorite.
what was your favorite? Like, looking back for the ones that you have attended, and maybe the ones you caught up on when we're not around.
Well, I think I don't remember what we are talking about, but I remember Philip said something like the old lady song.
By the way, I wish Philip was here today. Philip.
So there is assignment he said,
Yeah.
and I can't really recall what to do, because we usually talk about everything,
Yeah.
and the fact that we really don't prepare for it prior, so you just come here and
Yeah.
speak your mind out. So that episode, it just made me laugh. But regardless, it has been really so amazing.
There
for
was an
me.
episode where someone said even God is selfish.
Yeah, I remember.
then, then the episode when we talked about
Then I was like, "Sumaya bamuhe, bamuhe."
Bamuhe. Bamuhe. That was the most recent one with Godwin of Bamuhe.
There's the chaotic one where we talked about love being selfless.
The one of the feelings, and it was divided into like two groups: the group that was seated here and the group that was seated that side. Oh my god! Let me tell you, I got a lot of feedback on that episode, but the most common two pieces of feedback were, did you prep these guys before you guys started talking? I was like, why? It's like, you started the conversation in one direction and they took it in a very different direction. And someone told me that the two ladies who were seated there just looked pissed.
But you realize that there are some sensitive topics that you bring, and people take them personally.
Yeah.
You own the topic, and then they speak from the informed. They have walked the talk.
I'm telling you,
the informed point of view.
I
So
am telling
literally.
you. That was a good episode, man. Because people ask me, one, the most common question: did you prep those guys before you started? And then number two, were they drunk? And then obviously the most common realization, or the most common feedback that I got was like, why are the two women? Because I think that day it was Ren and Kia seated there. And I think you guys had gotten so frustrated at some point. And then Maurice just focused on you for like 2 minutes straight. I remember one of my friends asking me, hey, guy, you see that topic, eh? You saw those babes. Those babes were pissed. I was like, I even first want to go back and rewatch the thing. Oh, that was an interesting. I can't believe we've done this thing for a whole year. I think for me, my standout, I've had being at the back here. I think it's a little bit different from you guys that side. The pressures are also a little bit different because then you have to guide the conversation. I can't say I have like a specific one that I was like, oh, this stands out for me, because every episode we've done had its own like standout moment. I loved the episode that we did with Rahma though, where we got to like and talk to Rahma and get to understand her background and how she got into music, and that was a really, for me personally, that was like one of my favorite episodes from the year. But that episode where we talked about love, that was just chaotic. That was chaotic. Olivia, I remember Olivia telling me, for you disturb you just throw a conversation there and you run away and you leave people to figure things out. Oh, shout out to the TalkTrack guys. It's been a good year. It's been a good year. So some achievements that we made, we finally had our regulars. We have our regulars now, so we know people who are going to always be there at the TalkTrack and people who may not. And also, by the way, there's people who, yes, they don't speak, but they watch and they tune in. And every single time an episode comes out, they're the first people, and they even come and give you feedback. Oh my God, today the mic was so high, or the lighting was this. And I'm like, you know what, guys, I appreciate it. So shout out to those people as well. I wish I could name names. You come and tell us about 2025, Rahma. Come and tell us about 2025. Hey, you come and sit. Rahma. The mic is there.
2025 has been like one of those ultimate years, yeah? I would just say thanks to the Most High and appreciate every little bit of it, yeah? The air, the smiles.
Exactly.
The lessons, yeah? The love, the light, yeah? Those lessons, you understand, eh? And every beautiful bit of it, like every beautiful bit of it. Ebigenzo movie, of course, is part of it all, yeah. And we still say thanks to the Most High, and thanks to all of you guys. Yo.
Great, that's the granddaughter of the Nile. You give those guys the mic, they're still talking. Oh, that's rough, mom. That's rough, mom, for us. All right, guys, I think in terms of, if we start talking about 2025, we won't finish. But I think for me, what stood out for me was basically a lot of the things that I've spoken about. And I'm glad you guys were able to open up also about some of the things that stood out for you. So to close us out, what are we most looking forward to 2026? Or we are just like, let's just enter and figure it out from there? What stood out most? What are we looking forward to the most 2026?
As we were starting, I was like, it is, people have been owning years. You own this, you own that, you own the, you own even things that you will not be able to. But I think to me, it's taking every day at a time, not that you don't have what you are focusing or pursuing, but just take it slow. Because sometimes you try to absorb a lot and then we suffocate. But to me, I look forward to growth, because with growth comes with understanding, maturity, comprehending. So I grow as a person, I growth in whatever I do and everything. So I just look forward to growth in everything that I do, and I'll take every day as it comes, and I will always keep living than existing. I'm not here to breathe in and out. I'm here to live, have fun, party, do as I please until the end of day.
I am not here to breathe in and out. I am here to what? We're going to turn that into a sound also. Boo, 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 boo. Disco baby.
You know that statement, what it has reminded me of?
Uh-huh.
There's that video of Museveni where on top they say, why were you so humble before?
Yeah.
Then they put that clip of Museveni where he says, I used not to have my money, but now I have my money. So I will do whatever I want.
Yeah.
But yeah, what I'm looking forward is also growth. This year has really taught me a lot. Like I've learned the importance of making plans.
That is true.
Like making plans, like having something to look forward to and to achieving that. So like I'm also going to be like those fancy girls that are doing the vision board. I want to do that for 2026. Because there's so many things that I kept telling myself in the previous years that I'm going to do. But the year would end and I've not done them. But at the end of 2024, there are certain things I told myself I need to do this in 2025. So I was so proud that I was able to do some of them. So now, like when I see people doing those gratitude cakes and whatever, like I feel so proud of myself that I can say I did this, I was able to do this. Like it helps you to look at the wins, not focus on the failures, because of course there are certain things we haven't achieved as the year is ending. So yeah, I just want to enter the new year with a plan. Like a plan, as Taylor Swift say. If you when you fail to plan, you fail to plan. You plan to fail.
You plan to fail. Yeah, that's lovely. I think what I'm most looking forward to for 2026. You guys have mentioned growth, and I think that is really important. 2025 has taught me a lot about myself, and not through anything specific like, oh my God, Roy, like it. No, it's there is situations I have been in this year that I have never been in my entire life, and there is people, and I will forever be grateful to them, whether or not they stay in my life for good. But there is people that have been my mirror this year, like people who are not afraid to, show you how amazing you are, even when you can't see that for yourself. But people who are also not afraid to tell you, man, then you start giving excuses. They're like, so excuses for who? Excuses for what? And It has been challenging in the sense that I've had to confront a lot about myself, but it's also been exciting in the sense that I can't say I'm there yet. But that's the beauty about life. Are we ever there, really? We're never there, but at least now I have something that there's particular things that I've learned about myself this year that I want to harness next year. And there's particular things that I've learned about myself this year that I have told myself December 31st, if I enter with this straight into Jan or 2026, then I'm really just regressing in life, right? And I'm just looking forward to exploring like those parts of myself and seeing how that is going to affect my life and growth. In terms of gratitude, I mean, a lot has happened this year. There's been it's been a difficult year, but there's also been very many small wins. And one date stands out for me. Yeah, I don't know if I should say it here. Screw it. March 28th. I think March 28th for me has signified the beginning of a journey that I had been very scared to take. And it still shocks me. Like some days, it still shocks me. But it's one of the most beautiful journeys I have undertaken in 2025. And I look forward to continuing that journey 2026 and 2027 and 2028. And, yeah. So, man, that's one day at a time. We're not owning 2026. We are going to pray to God. We are going to thank God for 2025. We're going to enter 2026 and be like, we're going to take you one day at a time. Whatever you throw at us, we shall handle. But ladies, thank you so much. And it's only fitting that the last talk track of the year is attended by only women. Because if you have noticed for majority of the episodes, it was mostly me against women. Which is nice. And it's really fitting that I get to close out the year with you guys with the talk track. I can't believe this. This is it for 2025. Can you believe it? Maurice, can you believe it? Should we do another one next Sunday just for the sake? No problem. But okay, tentatively, this is it for now. I know next Sunday a lot of people are going to be with their families and celebrating Christmas, for the holidays. So we're going to respect that and let people enjoy that. And we shall see you all again in January. It has been my utmost absolute pleasure. Maurice, working with you has been a blessing. And I will never take this year for granted. And we're going to do big things next year. My second favorite episode was the episode where Maurice appeared on camera. Yeah, the man was just standing here and he was like, what? So yeah, the Talk Track is an independent production of the Car Junkies, produced, edited, sound mixed, and shot by the one and only Maurice, aka Moro Moro, who has held us down for the majority of this year. Special shout out to you, Maurice. Special shout out to Kia. Special shout out to Zahara, Rowena, Philip, Godwin, Jocelyn, Olivia, Sandra, Philip, Steven, Kiria's friend whose name I forgot. I already mentioned Godwin. I can't remember everyone who has attended the talk track, but if for those that I've mentioned, it's because they have been the most regular with us. And for those that have been checking us out there, watching, I know Waguti has been watching, I know Jovan has been watching, FX has been watching, Priscilla has been watching, all the people that have been watching and giving us that feedback, we truly appreciate you. We can't mention all of you right now, but just know there's a lot of love that comes from us from the bottom of our hearts, and we're really, really grateful. We hope to get more of you next year. We hope to keep our regulars next year. But all in all, that being said, ladies and gentlemen, and that marks, ladies and gentlemen, that brings us to the end of our 2025 Talk Track sessions. It's been a pleasure. It's been a blessing. And let's go enjoy the holidays and see you all next year. As usual, I've been Roy, Maurice, Zahara, Kia. Thank you so much. Peace out.